Whenever you get in those situations, not saying that this is what happened, but after you do have such a strong performance, do you think then that's just kind of expected, and then guys go out and can be a little lax because you're really just coming off, playing so well that you just think that now that is the standard and we should just be able to keep it? Does that go into it at all?
Yeah, absolutely. So Coach Brown addressed the team yesterday, and he emphasized the point where it's hard to handle failure, but it's even harder to handle success. So, and that's where we're at Baylor. We had a lot of success. Really proud of how we played and everything, but we didn't handle success well. So now we're back to square one, starting off and building and preparing for success, and then we have to maintain and uphold that, and we have to be able to handle it better because. And Coach Leslie had talked to me independently about some of these things about coming in. He knew that we didn't handle adversity too well, and that was preseason, winter conditioning, summer, things like that. And he had been trying to put us in adverse situations in preparation for that. So we'd been preparing for adversity, things like that. Well, we got a little bit of taste of success and didn't know how to handle it because just a bunch of numerous things. But I think that's what we're on now, and we're working to achieve that goal.
Coach Koenig said that Kansas State might be the most sophisticated offense or complicated offense that you guys are going to face this season. So how do you prepare for that?
Ultimately, you have to go down to the fundamentals, and that's something as a D lineman. It's different for safeties, corners, linebackers. It's way different, but ultimately football comes down to blocking, tackling, and angles. So for us, it's just about playing our game, ball get off, strike, separate, see, shed, and go, things like that. So the more complicated you try to make it, the harder it is on us, and it slows you down. I think this week it's just about, again, playing our ball and doing what we do best. For the D-line, it's not too complicated, Ultimately, how many things can you do? You can run zone, you can run inside zone, outside zone, you can run counter and power. Those are the same thing for the D-line, a little different for the backfield, but those are really the two types of plays that we get that we can really have our thumb on. So ultimately, it's about keeping it simple for us.
Reese, how is this Kansas State team better? You got to see them last year. How are they better this year as opposed to a year ago?
Well, if you look, they're a big physical team. It's hard to say that, like, obviously being outside of their program, I'm not in and I can't tell you what's changed, but with turn hands from coaching staff and things like that in their program in the recent years, we still have 5 offensive linemen that are seniors, returners. We've had a lot of experience on their team, and if you look at the foundations and the pillars of their program, they're a real blue-collar, hard-nosed football team. So I think that's ultimately the thing that makes them so good is that they're gritty.